Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you are all healthy and keeping safe as the country recovers from the fourth wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. To ensure the safety of our employees, the company remains committed to the strict adherence of COVID-19 SOPs. 95% of our employees, including third-party contractors, have received the first dose of COVID-19 vaccination. Our People Desk facility remains operational and is playing an instrumental role in ensuring the well-being of our employees and their families. Before moving to the financial performance of the company, I now like to apprise you of significant developments relating to the local fertilizer market that transpired during this period. With the grace of the Almighty, following the trajectory built over last year, the agri sector witnessed robust performance. Prices of agri commodities remained firm during the quarter, resulting in improved earnings for farmers for spring maize of Rs 60,000 per acre versus 45,000 per acre during the same period last year. Similarly, earnings from cotton are expected to improve to approximately 50,000 per acre versus 16,700 per acre during the same period last year. Overall, farm economics have been a great tailwind for our business. An improved farm economics during the current year, coupled with continued availability of domestic urea at a record discount of approximately 75% to international prices, led to a 9% growth in urea demand that stood at 4.56 million tons in the 9 months of 2021 versus 4.2 million tons in 9 months of 2020. Domestic urea production remained almost at par with last year and stood at 4.5 million tons over the period. An increase of over 75% in DAP international prices has had an impact on local market demand, which has shrunk by almost 15% on a year-to-date basis. On the tax front, we continued our efforts to support the government in improving the documentation of the economy in the downstream fertilizer value chain and undertook focused efforts that have resulted in bringing the majority of our dealers within the sales tax net. A significant development took place in August 2021 when the government passed the Price Control and Prevention of Profiteering and Hoarding Act 2021. Previously, pursuant to the Price Control and Prevention of Profiteering and Hoarding Act 1977, the federal government, through the Office of the Comptroller General, could regulate and control prices of certain essential commodities. These included inter alia, edibles, toiletries, fertilizers, pesticides, and raw material for manufacturing. However, as per the recent act, authorized officers are now allowed to suo motu fix the price of essential commodities. With this regulatory development, the government has been allowed direct intervention in the pricing of fertilizers and pesticides. This regulatory development may represent a significant risk to the fertilizer industry and national food security. On the GIDC front, there has been no progress on the lawsuits filed with respect to GIDC and concessionary gas, non-concessionary gas, and the rectification request to correct the payment recovery period to 60 months. On the matter of the end of the concessionary gas period, the company has obtained a stay order from the Sindh High Court. The court ordered that till the decision of the competent authority, i.e. the ECC, status quo should be maintained with regard to the disconnection of gas supply and the price of gas. Concurrently, the company is in discussions with the federal government and SNGPL to extend the concessionary gas period for the number of days for which the minimum contract quantity, i.e. the committed volume of gas under the GSA, was not supplied. Apart from this, the company continues to bear the burden of unpaid subsidy and sales tax refunds that have now accumulated to Rs 14.3 billion. On the manufacturing side, in the first half of 2021, the Enven plant faced significant operational challenges, having gone without an outage all of last year. Finally, due to the air machine turbine fouling and the waste heat boiler leakage getting exacerbated over this period, the decision was taken to bring forward the turnaround plan for the next year and address these serious plant issues. Therefore, to ensure business sustainability, the management decided to take a 22-day outage on the Enven plant in the third quarter of 2021. Other prevailing reliability concerns were also addressed in these 22 days to ensure sustained plant operations till 2023. The turnaround, I am happy to report, was successfully completed amid the full-blown fourth wave of COVID-19 with 0 injuries and 0 COVID cases. During the outage, more than 1,800 jobs were executed involving over 1,500 manpower coming to the site every day. Apart from this, for the first time ever, turnaround jobs were independently executed by women engineers and women trade apprentices. The manufacturing team, with support from our supply chain, head office, finance functions, completed this turnaround dead on time and covering all the jobs that were allocated. This year, by the grace of the Almighty, we have now concluded 2 turnarounds with 0 injuries. The manufacturing division has 0 TRIR to date, and we hope, inshallah, it stays that way. These safety records are something that we take a good measure of pride and satisfaction from. In our pursuit to improve customer service while leveraging technology, we have been able to book 72% of our year-to-date sales revenue through our dealer management system, the Humsafar app. By automating the order-to-cash cycle for dealers, a total of 16 billion rupees worth of online payments have also been received through this system. I am delighted to report that by the time you see this, EFERT shall have booked over 100 billion in sales through this mobile-enabled application since its launch in September 2020. On the human capital front, an employee pulse survey was conducted which resulted in an overall engagement score of 80%. On training, 5 separate training programs focusing on various aspects of skill building and employee development have been conducted at various levels of the organization with an average satisfaction score of 92%. I am now pleased to provide an update on the financial performance of Engro Fertilizers for the 9 months ended 30th September 2021. Our urea production stood at 1560 KT versus 1694 in the 9 months of fiscal year 2020, mainly because of the 2 outages in both plants. However, our sales team delivered a stellar performance and urea sales stood at 1644 KT versus 1451 KT during the same period last year. Our phosphate sales during the 9 months 2021 stood at 242 KT versus 366 KT during the same period last year. Overall, gross profit for the company was recorded at 31 billion for the 9 months of 2021 versus 24 billion in the same period last year. Consequently, the company's consolidated profit, I am happy to report, stood at rupees 14.9 billion versus 11.5 billion in the 9 months of 2020, an improvement of 1.3x on our performance. This has led to an EPS of 11 rupees and 17 paisas versus 8 rupees and 61 paisas in the same period last year. The company always endeavors to do good while doing well and recognizes its responsibility of supporting the communities in which we operate. Therefore, we took multiple steps to improve the lives of our surrounding communities. On the healthcare front, a medical camp was set up with an ultrasound facility in Derki in collaboration with Al Khidmat. The facility has examined 250 women to date. Apart from this, our free of cost anti-rabies treatment facility has now attended 86 cases, while the Engro Limbs facility has treated 132 cases to date. On the environmental front, the company planted 15,000 trees during this quarter around the plant and nearby villages as part of our Million Tree initiative. The company has planted more than 300,000 trees since these programs were initiated. We also extended support for the installation of solar lights at Jung and Baloch colony and for the installation of benches at various locations in Dherki and nationwide. The company also supported 6 livelihood projects, Kiryana stores, etc., and distributed 50 stitching machines to deserving beneficiaries in the surrounding areas. Moving on, it gives me great pleasure to share with you that during the third quarter, the company has received the following prestigious awards. 3 awards at the Pakistan Digital Awards in the categories of Most Innovative FinTech Data Solution Provider, Best Banking Tech of the Year, and Best Payment Technology. These were for financial innovations that were developed by a finance department in conjunction with local banks to enhance our payment capability through our new online systems. 2 awards at the 7th International Awards on the HSE Summit in the category of hazards and controls associated with work equipment and transport safety. The Dharki plant received the Gold Award, whereas the Zakhes plant received the Silver Award at the Health and Safety Awards 2021, organized by the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents. EFERT's annual report was awarded 3rd position in the Chemicals and Fertilizer category in the ICAP and ICMAP Best Corporate and Sustainability Report Awards for 2020. And last but not least, the company won 3 awards at the annual Environment Excellence Awards ceremony for the Best Environmental Performance category. On the near-term outlook, the agricultural sector in Pakistan is expected to maintain its growth trajectory owing to continued government support, improved farm economics, and the availability of domestically manufactured urea at nearly 1/4 of international prices. However, increasing DAP prices coupled with the challenges in the subsidy disbursement to date have led to demand destruction for DAP that may have an adverse impact on the yields of farmers. This is largely because 60% of DAP is still imported. Nonetheless, we look forward to a strong finish to the year as agri-economics continues to benefit from rising support prices and a global environment where commodity prices continue to appreciate. Thank you.